guy. Let's get right into it. 50 Cent. What goes around comes around, sir. Like a hula hoop. 50. All his accusations and allegations are now creeping up on him like a mugger about to attack him. His former baby was his current baby's mother, Daphne Joy, was once a sex worker, or SW. I'll just say it, sex worker, for Diddy, allegedly. I don't know if that's alleged. It could be just true. I think it is. And she is definitely coming at 50 for various child support issues, and not only that, but sexual assault and other charges against 50. So this is like him, trying to demean and denounce and tear down one black man, but he has these people from outside of the black race coming at him strong. There's another lady, Jahera Rodriguez. She's accusing him of sexual assault and rape and I think abuse. Let's just say abuse, sexual abuse. There's another gentleman outside of the black race. There's a gentleman. There's two women and a gentleman, mainly in this case, against 50. He is claiming that he was tossed into one of 50 Cent's vehicles and accosted. He was struck, and then he was let go. And 50 settled this at, what it was, probably with some small payment or something like that. I don't know what it was, but they said he settled it. But is this karma? I don't believe in the mystical version of karma. I believe in if you continue to do something that's good in the world, doesn't guarantee that everything good is going to happen to you. That's why I don't believe it's mystical. I do believe in specific acts that you do and that are known can come back and haunt you. That's what I know is true. Hello, Brooklyn. Salute to you, sir. Salute. So I just had that notion that, people are more attuned to the idea of people more attuned to that idea. No, how about I don't, TZ? We don't do shout outs for one, and I only do that if I'm actually guaranteed that money. If I'm guaranteed good money, then I'll do it. But it's 18 viewers right now. It's going to drop down to 2 viewers in about 3 minutes or less. So I have to get these words out real quick. 50 Cent, he's a mogul. He's a leader. He's trying to do big things, but it's gonna be impediments along the way. This is the blues. This is blues music. All this music, all the genres are blues. There's classical music, and then there's blues, or Negro spirituals. Really, Negro spirituals turned into blues, turned into jazz, turned into rock, turned into R&B, turned into rap, turned into disco, turned into all the different forms and incarnations. But it's all really the blues. It's all really the blues. So that's it. King Hazy, salute, peace up, sir. I see you out there, King Hazy. King Hazy, only Haze. They shortened it. They made it real simple. King Hazy, only Haze. Like, salute to you, sir. But yeah, 50 Cent he's on a tear against Diddy. He's smiling, he's cheesing, going against going against Diddy. And Dame Dash has some good words for him. He had a good word for him. He was like, "Why are you on a white man's platform as a black man tearing down another black man?" And he said, in the street, it would have been a totally different situation. He would have handled it totally differently. It would have been, words exchanged at a table. This cannot stand. This has to be adjusted. This has to be totally thought about and considered before you even go any further. So that's just the reality with what it goes with 50. So 50 he's fighting. I don't know if he's fighting back, but he's probably going to fight back with a lot of lawyer power. legal powers. He's most likely gonna lawyer up. I'm sure he will. A lot of things are coming back to bite him. His bankruptcy, his alleged abuse cases, and allegations. All that is falling on his head because of the karma, because of the idea of him taking that footage that Diddy didn't really want to be shown, but I'm glad it was shown because it's part of reality. That's the truth. That is reality. That is what's real. So we have to at least understand that. We have to at least understand that fact. It's very serious situation. I mean, these are allegations. They're serious allegations. Women being abused, men being accosted. It's very serious situations. So it comes with the same kind of angle as 50 being, kind of like facetious and kind of funny in a way. I just don't understand how he can have that kind of tone about him with all these other allegations up against himself. Like, he released this documentary. He's the executive producer of this documentary, or if not executive producer, just producer. He's a producer on this Sean Combs' The Reckoning. So Diddy's team, they're still free. They're still free, and they still are loyal to him. Excuse me, had to wet my whistle. They're still loyal to him. They're still very adept to the idea of him being in the media still, and are prepared. I would imagine it won't get as many views. I'm sure it won't get as many watch time hours, which are coveted in today's society. But he'll get, his team will dig and dig and dig into 50 Cent's history and what he has wrought, what he has done, what hath 50 wrought, if you put it that way. So that's just the reality of it. It's gonna go tit for tat, just like Marlon Wayans is tit for tat with 50 Cent. Dame Dash, like I said, explained his side of the story, what his thoughts were. Who's this? Danny and Liz Shirk, 8967. Hi. You can have my donations going. It's Cash App, $SKYLERSAUNDERS1. My PayPal is SKYLERSAUNDERS. And my Venmo is SKYLERIZED. And Scuff. Hi, Scuff. Make sure you tell about 6,000 people about me. I know you all have your followers and your subscribers and your friends. Everybody's got 1,001 subscribers and friends, but when they come to my show, it's just me. I'm not gonna tell anybody about that. That'd be crazy. That'd be ludicrous. That'd be ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I got you. Yeah, I got you. Everybody say, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. They don't really got you. They don't got you. That's just the fact. I've experienced this too many times. I got you. Matter of fact, like this just happened to me this past week. Yo, let me hold what is it? $30. I think it was $30. It was like, let me hold $30 and I'll pay you back. It was $20. Let me hold $20 and I'll pay you back $30 on tomorrow. It would have been Monday. And you think, well, put your money where your mouth is, Scuff. I don't see anything popping up on my screen. I have to see the things pop up on my screen. I see a PayPal, a Venmo, or a Cash App pop up on my screen. At least $5. At least $5. That's all I'm asking. $5 and up. Anything else is getting sent back. I don't do less than $5. You think I'm joking, he says. I don't know if you're joking or not. Just put your money where your mouth is. Don't say anything. Why even say you think I'm joking? $50 and up. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Wiz. Salute to you, sir. And don't worry, I got the story. I got the email, and it will be addressed. Trust me, it will be addressed. It's gonna dovetail this story because I'm gonna try to make it right at the end and flip it and go head right straightforward to that story you sent me because it matches up perfectly. It matches up perfectly. All right, so yeah, 50's on some other stuff. He thought he could get away clean for some reason. He knew he had Daphne Joy. He knew he had Jahira Rodriguez. He knew he had Guadalupe de los Santos, the man that accused him of going into. I'm not the king. I'm nobody's king. Do not please don't put that on my life. I am not the king. I am not the king of anything. Kings are for medieval times. They're for Renaissance fairs. They're for conferring Nobel prizes. That if I could just break from the 50 Cent thing and just reiterate what I said before, America is weird. It's a duality. It's almost bipolar. It's almost the illness that I've been diagnosed with. America loves to have, kings and queens and princes and princesses, but not in America. It's a weird thing. It's like, yeah, we love the queen. We love princess. Oh my God, we love Princess Diana. Oh, look, Meghan Markle, she's a princess. Oh my God. Then you're like, no kings, no kings. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're not talking about kings in America now. Whoa, let's slow that down. Royalty is for Europe and Africa and Asia and stuff like that. It's not for America. Let's slow that down. Don't pick that up. We're not on that type time. Send him all the money, please. We love Skylar. Well, don't love me because I don't know you. There ain't no love in these streets. That's what I've learned. Ain't no love for these streets. In these internet YouTube streets, there ain't no love. Ain't no love. So let's not start that. No kings and no love. I'm not anybody's king, and I have no love on these internet streets. So let's get that clear. Somebody bring me back some money, please. But yeah, 50. 50 is... He's walking on some thin ice. He's walking to the cliche is as it goes, the metaphor. Walking on thin ice, or maybe even broken glass. He might have shoes on. He might not have shoes on. I'm hoping he got some shoes on, but because he's stepping on some broken glass, and that is a sad state of affairs that he is currently embroiled in, because he's really showing himself to be a character, but without character. You understand what I'm saying? Like, oh, 50, yeah, we the rapper, mogul and all that. But where's your character? Where's your character, sir? Where's your morals? Where's your ethics? What are the things that bind people together, that bind their souls together? Their actions, what they do with them, their mentality, their mindset. What is it that they do with that? What is it that they do? So I just say for 50 Cent has power. No pun intended. He's got power. But does he have leverage? Leverage is different. Leverage is the opportunity to, take yourself to another level. That's leverage. If you're able to protect your assets, if you're able to grow globally, if not nationally, if not locally, that's the difference. So for 50 to be accused of all these allegations and insinuations and everything that's going on, like I said, it's all alleged. It's nothing that he's been found. Is it really? Is this what night is this? I don't know what night this is, bro. Is this the first night of Hanukkah? What night is this? Chanukah. I know it's Hanukkah, but they always say Chanukah. But happy Hanukkah to you too, sir. Happy Hanukkah to you too. The chickens have come home to roost for 50. Hey, Wiz took the words right out of my mouth. Not immediately, but I was going to get to it. The roost, the chicken is 5, 4, 3, 2. The chickens have come home to roost for 50. Certainly, that is the truth. I still can't believe you didn't know about the baby mother. I'm surprised too. I didn't know. To be honest, sometimes I miss stories. That's a fact. That's a fact. I admit it wholeheartedly. I didn't even. I was like, who? I still don't know who Daphne Joy is. I still don't know really who Daphne Joy really is. The Sydney attack is so sad. Been crying all day. I didn't know about Sydney. There was something in Sydney. I think I did hear something about that though. Australia. I think I did hear something like that. Bondi Beach shooting live. 15 killed in Sydney attack at Jewish event. Jesus. So that's what is that? A hate crime? What is that? What the hell is that? 1 hour ago, 14 minutes ago, 14 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. Wow. The Bondi Beach. What is it? It's like summer over there, right? Isn't it warm? It's like nice. Because we're getting winter and they're on the other side of the hemisphere. In a totally different hemisphere. It's like warm, right? It's like 60s and 70s. It's warm. That's sad though. Wow. Yeah, that's sad. I didn't even realize that happened. Bondi Beach. I think my sister just sent something like that to me. This is really sad. Wow. I can't get into it because I don't know the information, but I probably will talk about it tomorrow. I'm talking about 50 right now, though. But that is sad. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, Brooklyn. See? I keep telling y'all the ones that know more than I. Unless I research a show. If I research a show, then I know it. Don't get that confused. But if there's some situation that I don't know about and y'all bring it to my attention, tip of the hat. Because I didn't know. All right. Diddy, the girl of 50 Cent dream into an escort. Yeah. P. Diddy turned the girl into a garden hose. Wow. That's cold. Turned into a garden hose. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah. It's a vindictive, just an overall, idea of vengeance against him. But what do you Christians say? Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. You said it better than all. As Jay-Z would say. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I'm a non-believer. I'm an atheist. But, I understand the scrolls. You know the rabbi there. Hi, Lacey. Hi. Make sure you bring in 30,000 people when you come in here. You know the rabbi there. Damn, that's cold. That is frosty. But I can't talk about it. I can only talk about 50 Cent. I would love to have breaking news and try to get as much information on it as possible, but it's not America. But these are lives. I know that very much. But if it was America, I'll probably drop everything and talk about it because it's definitely this is a very rare occurrence. I'll probably surmise or as much as I can understand, this doesn't happen every few weeks or every few days. in Australia. This is like a one-off kind of thing, and it's probably a targeted, situation with Jews, people of the Jewish faith, sadly. Anybody, please send some money to Skylar. Well, thank you for that, Brooklyn. I appreciate it. I would love to have as much money as possible, of course. Thank you. I appreciate that. And same thing with 50. 50, is trying to get his weight up. He's trying to get his money right. That's why he did this documentary. But at what cost? At what cost? At what cost to his own sanity, really? To his own ability to be a human being? At what cost does it say? For him to be able to do this? So, 50 a rat. Nothing wrong with being a rat. But just remember that all rats must die. Even Master Splinter. Who said that? Who said that? Wiz, I know you got that. I always drop his lines. I don't know why. I be dropping his lines, though. All rats must die, even Master Splinter. Yup, Wayne. That's the next time. I said, I lost my mind and somewhere out there stranded. Later, Skylar. Salute. Salute to you, Brooklyn. Thank you for coming through. Make sure you tell 12,000 people to come into the live while you leave. I appreciate it, sir. Oh, man. So, very, very, very serious how 50 does, that business. He does some strange gymnastics. He does strange mathematics with his business. I don't know who his accountants are. I don't know. I can't remember the reason why he went into bankruptcy. I can't remember. It has something to do with the house. It had something to do with, he couldn't keep up with the payments or something like that. I can't remember exactly. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to get too far into that and start just talking crazy and saying wild stuff. But, yeah, so 50 is at another level of bossing up. You have to give him his credit. You have to give him credit for bossing up, at least. On some level, he's bossed up. On some level, he's bossed up, certainly. So you definitely have to take that into account. Definitely have to say that 50 he is one of the bosses of all time in hip hop. He's a hip hop boss. I mean, in a lot of ways he's bigger than Eminem, but in a lot of ways he's really not bigger than Eminem. But he kind of like grew past what Eminem does. Eminem has Shade 45 and Slim Shady Records and Shady Records. Those are his biggest money makers. The publishing rights and the masters that go under Shady Records and the radio I don't know if it's syndication, but the radio license, I guess it is. I think he has to have a license to own his own channel on Sirius. Let me see. Okay, so all right, I'm really getting ready for this next video because this is a lot lighter. But let me see where it goes. It's a lot lighter. See, they got memes of 50 Cent saying, "If I send you this, just know that our beef is going to be forever." It's him smiling with a suit on. He got the suit and tie. What does it say? M could drop an album and shake up the world. 50 can't do that. Facts, facts. Would M still be as hot if he was black? I mean, it's a hypothetical question. He's not black, so we really can't really address that kind of situation because he's not. I mean, there is no other Eminem. There's no other Jay-Z. There's no other, what if Jay-Z was white? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, it's just a hypothetical. This is a hypothetical that we'll never be able to understand. And that's the thing with Jay-Z. Jay-Z is a businessman. He's not a businessman. I mean, he's not a businessman. He's a businessman, business, man. His entire being exudes entrepreneurship and brand building and companies and different things like that. 50, it's a lot different. 50's still being known for the 9 shots, he sustained back in 2000. I think it was 2000. So then he came out 2003 with Wangsta, and it was the rest is history. I mean, he had How to Rob and stuff like that, but it didn't have as much impact as that song did. And then once he had In the Club, it was already shut down. It was already brought down. So okay. Okay, so 50. It's just a mess. This is a mess because he brought it upon himself. I just sometimes I don't understand his chess moves. I don't understand his chess moves too much because it's like he knew all this stuff was going to come up. People were going to come forward. It's not even something that he did by himself. It's he actually allegedly hurt other human beings. So that's why it's very difficult. And the reason why he did all of this is to get more money, to get cash, to get more assets. He wants to get a entertainment venue in Shreveport, Louisiana. He wants the tax credit. He wants all of that. He wants to get on. He wants to make Power and that whole show in the what's the one with Lil Michi? What is it called? BMF. BMF. He wants to make all that into a completely different form of entertainment. He wants to be able to be a mogul in that regard as well. He has the G Unity Foundation. That's always good to show that you're thinking of others. I mean, I'm not saying that's a proper thing. You don't have to have a foundation to show that you're thinking of others because that's altruism, and altruism is evil. But to concern yourself with people in a true sense, to want to help people, that's the idea. To want to help people, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with aiding other people if they are worthy of it. That's not altruism. That's justice. They've earned it. They had that whole thing together. BMF over. Okay, I was wondering what happened to BMF. Yeah, I never watched a full episode, to be honest with you. He canceled that show. Okay, he canceled. Okay, but does he want to bring it back? He wants to keep up with Paid in Full, in that nature. So he wants to get as much money as Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. And this is my transition into Floyd Mayweather. Did you see what I did there? I did that on purpose. Floyd Mayweather at a Lakers game, against the Spurs, to be exact, sitting courtside, I guess with his daughter and with Jay-Z, and it looks like Blue Ivy. I could be mistaken, but I got this specific video. It's just a short clip. It's only like 12 seconds long or even less. Jay-Z's watching the game. He's got the sunglasses on. He's got the Scully in the black shades. For the clown. Everybody's saying that. Floyd, it's not even like a clown. It's just sad. It's just, I don't, this is what's sad. This is like what Jay-Z could be talking to him saying like, that's not it. That's not how you, that's not wealth. That's nigger rich. That's not even rich. That's nigger rich. I don't care if it was $10 billion that he had in his bank account. I don't care if he had $100 billion. It's still nigger rich. If you're using your money for different purposes and you're at the court side and you got a money stack. You got a big money stack. You unwrap the rubber band and you keep it going. Oh, that was his grandson? Okay, that was Floyd, his grandson. Okay. It looks like a female. I don't know. Are you sure that's his grandson? Because that looks like a female total. The one with the glasses, he's got on glasses and it looks like a female's wearing glasses. I could be wrong. She's got the person's got the traditional features of a female: long hair, braided, glasses, earrings. That could be a male as well, but it just seems like it's a female. Could be wrong. Flexing money is a poor mindset. That's right. Jay-Z would never. Jay-Z has never done that and would never do that. A black card would have been better. Yeah, exactly. That's his daughter. Okay, I was wondering. That's his daughter. Okay, good to go. Yeah, that's his daughter. Okay. Okay, so that's his daughter. He pulls out the money from the bag that probably cost $20,000. He pulls out a stack of money that's probably anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000, something like that. Oh, he's giving money. That's what it was. He's giving money to he was giving money to his grandson. Okay, that's who he was sitting next to. I was wondering who he was giving it to. Okay, so he's giving the money to his grandson. Okay, yeah, that would have been smarter. Just say here's a black card, my nigga. Here's my little nigga, my African American Express card. That's all he could have said. That's all that would have made sense. That would have been more. That would have been proper. That would have been appropriate if he had done that. And Jay-Z's just like, what the hell? Like, this nigga here. Like, I can't believe this nigga. Exactly. Jay-Z looked this. I didn't even see that line before I said that. But he's just like, this nigga here. Like, I can't believe him. Like, and he's like he's like drawing attention to himself. So he's got to use his boxing skills if somebody pulls a gun. I'm not wishing this upon him. I'm just saying, you know, everybody knows what's in that bag. He's got the bag. Jay-Z said it best. You won the gram holding money to you. You're on the money gram holding money to your ear. There's a disconnect. We don't call that money over here. Exactly. I love your fake teeth. These are all mine. All this is mine. I just brush them every day. Make sure they're clean. Thank you, Eugene. Appreciate it. There's a disconnect. We don't cut that money over here. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at this viral video. I mean, just the difference. He's worth maybe $750 to $800 million. Jay-Z's worth somewhere between 2.7 and $3 billion. And like, I mean, that's a lot of money. $750 to $800 billion is great, wonderful, great. He earned that much, but he generated way more. He generated $1.5 to $2 billion during his boxing career. Now with his specific production company, he's earning still money from his proceeds outside of the boxing ring. So that's good. I respect Mayweather for doing that. And I always want to see him win. Everybody else wanted to see him lose. I always wanted to see him win. Because they were like, oh, this is the one. This is the one. Excuse me. They're like, this is the one. This is the one he's going to go down. He never went down. I don't even think he touched the can. He may have, I brought this up before. Somebody corrected me. But he touched the canvas like one time out of all those 50 fights during his professional career. And what's ironic is he got a bronze medal for his unprofessional career at the Olympics. So he didn't have, complete across the board, success in boxing. But his professional career is stellar. I mean, this is amazing. Nobody's ever done that before. Somebody could top that, but it's going to be a long hill to climb. How much of that is liquid? Exactly. Like that cash that he had. How much of that is liquid? 750? Probably like 150 million, I would say. The rest is in assets and different collections and this or that. He probably has 150 million, maybe $100 million in liquid money. I would imagine. I don't know how the structures of various financial institutions work. I don't know how they show themselves, but I think it's possibly the truth. But that's a good question of how much of it is liquid. How much of it can he just go to the bank, pull out, keep moving? But the face on Jay-Z is hilarious. He's like, this nigga here, I can't believe he's really, the way he turned to him, like the way he looked at him was wild. He was just like I can't tell what his eyes were because he's wearing sunglasses, but the way he was just like, oh my God, this guy, I would never in my life. But what's ironic is the Big Pimpin' video. When he was tossing out money, see, that's the way Jay-Z, the maturity, the maturation of Jay-Z. He matured over time. This is, what was that, 1999? Damn, that was like 26, that's going on 27 years ago. So he matured over that time period. Blue is a gorgeous well, we had to say young girl. She's a young girl. Blue is, and we have to be very careful with talking about minors there, WizKid. I understand what you're saying, but a lot of people might look at that as a different way of saying things. But I understand what you're saying, WizKid. She's a very together young lady. I'll say that. Young woman, young girl. Got me saying it now. But she's together. Let's say that. That's the best way I can say it. She's well put together from her great parents, her beautiful mother, and her strong father. The song "Summertime." I always think of her. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. Your mammy's rich too, but especially he's rich and your mammy's good looking. It's cool to show money in your 20s, but at Floyd's age, it's a shame. I don't think it's cool to even show money at your 20s. It's not even a flex. It's not even like, it's like, okay, so what are you going to do with that money? Are you going to invest it? Are you just going to put it under the mattress? Are you going to put stuff it in your walls? Are you going to bury it outside in the backyard with plastic? What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the money? Are you going to make startups? Are you going to make a unicorn startup? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So Floyd Mayweather, I don't even know how the Floyd Mayweather 50 Cent feud, not beef, but feud happened. But that's weird. Yeah, I say that because Americans destroyed her African features. I say that because Americans destroyed her African features. I don't understand what you're saying. You gotta explain. It's hard to understand when you make some. That's a very valiant, courageous statement right there. She's so tall. I forgot she's still under 18. Yeah, she's. That's what I was gonna say. She's a minor, sir. She's a minor. Don't get it twisted. What is she? Only what? 13, 14? Something like that. I think she's 14, something like that. But I just can't believe Time. Time is a mother. Time is crazy. I remember when her mama was on stage going like this, indicating that she had something a bun in the oven. I was like, man, this is 2011. And then when she was born, it was like, damn, Blue Ivy. She gonna look like her mama or she gonna look like her daddy? That's what everybody was saying. Is she gonna look like her Jay-Z or is she gonna look like B? Her hair plus okay, meaning they destroyed her features by judging her. Judging them. Okay. Her hair plus her other things. Yeah, yeah, of course. Her nose, her lips, just like her father. You know, that's what was weird about Nas. Nas is ironic to me. Nas kind of like threw me for a loop when he was talking about in Ether. He had the de-essing lips. I was like, whoa, what? And then he came off, those are African features. The wide lips, the wide nose. Those are African features. I remember when Bey was wearing a prosthetic belly on one of those shows. Oh my gosh. Was she really wearing a prosthetic belly? I don't remember that. I just remember at the VMAs, she was rubbing her stomach. She was rubbing her belly. That's all I remember. It could have been a prosthetic one. I don't know, but I doubt it. But Mayweather, man, just blatant, utter niggerness, niggerish behavior, nigger-rich behavior. That's a rich nigga. No. Sometimes it's like, sometimes there's a rich nigga and then there's nigger rich. Because, if you want to make that distinction, the rich nigga and the nigger rich. Nas is suspect for those lines, yeah. Yeah, very suspect, because he was saying de-essing lips. Like, what? Why are you going at another man's lips like that? What is going on with you? That was weird. That was a strange little battle. I think battles are kind of overrated to me. Battles and feuds are overrated, especially with my favorite rap group rap duo. Favorite rap group is Wu-Tang, but rap duo is Outkast. They beefed with nobody. They feuded with nobody ever, and they achieved excellent success. Commercial, critical, awards wise, they did everything. They didn't have to do anything with. I'm not saying back away from a fight, but even the greatest Jay-Z was with Nas and others, Big L, and even though that wasn't really a feud, that was like them just trading bars. But yeah, that's just weird. Florida walking parody. Yeah, he's got to figure out what to do with himself after his boxing career. Like I said, he's got TBE Promotions, I think it is the best ever promotions. He's got a line of clothing wear. I think he has something like that, possibly. He has the production company. That I think is smart. To get in the media. Start doing TV shows about healthy living or something like that, and how to be the best. You can be in best shape you can possibly be, mentally and physically. He always says, you take the good with the good, you take the bad with the bad. That always tripped me out. I was like, what? You take the good with the good and the bad with the bad? What? That was funny, though. But yeah, this is a classic. This is one of those classic videos that's going to get circulated throughout the history of the internet, which is forever. Beyond, we're dead. We're going to be hooked up to the internet. There's going to be Wi-Fi in death. Trust me. When we die, we're going to be like, what's the password for the Wi-Fi? We'd be dead. TBE could have had all the best fighters, but he really blew his capital, then invest into his fighters. Okay. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't even know how many fighters. I don't know who is on his team. I don't know who his other fighters are. If they're winners, is who's my guy from Philly? Who's the guy from Philly? Oh man, about billions. AB. About billions. What's his name? AB something. It's a. Damn. Oh man, it's something. But that's it. About billions. That's what the AB stands for. I can't think of his name though. You might be able to help me out. Wiz Kid, Wizard. About billions is a Broner. AB Broner. AB Broner. Yeah, is he in his camp? Is he in Mayweather's camp? Are they doing business together? Yeah, Adrian. Excuse me. Adrian Broner. Yeah, about billions. Is he in Mayweather's camp? Are they doing business together? Is he training him? And who's still alive? Is his uncle still alive, or is his dad and his uncle dead? I know one of them is dead. I think his dad is dead, or his uncle is dead. I think the uncle died. Maybe the dad died too. I can't remember. That was my highlight. I didn't give a damn about the fight. I was like, man, Floyd gonna win anyway. But I just love the okay, wait a minute. No, he could have been, but Floyd didn't want to cut the check. Oh, okay. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. But I just love the Showtime and HBO documentaries. You know, they always show his opponent very humble, modest living, pretty good, nice house, not nothing too crazy. He fighting in the gym, drinking good, eating good, doing all that stuff. His uncle and his corner man passed away. Okay, so his father is still alive, right? Floyd Mayweather Sr., right? He's still alive, right? But yeah, I just watched the show, and they'll be training, and they'll be talking sometimes in a different language, they'll be talking in Spanish or something like that. Like I used to go into the courts, like they had somebody that that has that translated it for him. It was the corner man with all the different pins on his head. Yeah, I remember that with the pins. Yeah, he had the pins in his head. But Floyd Mayweather, that was his lifestyle. His Vegas house, his Miami house. It's not even funny. Like he has it all, material wise. But everybody says, "Oh, he's materialistic. He's materialistic." In order to be materialistic, you have to be spiritual. Nothing comes from nothing. All the anything that's material can be property. Anything. Yes, that's true. But spiritual things like intellectual property, because that's basically property anyway. Anything that comes from the mind. If you had 10,000 acres of land, that's still intellectual property because you own that land, you own that tract, you own what can be turned in. It can be turned into or just left untouched. Wiz says Floyd could have had Adrian Broner, Devin Haney. He had Gervonta Tank Davis, but they fell out, and Floyd even bet against him to lose. Wow. I think Floyd doesn't want any of his fighters to become bigger than him. That could be that could be something. That could be the truth. I mean, he has that record. That record has been untouched. Nobody has even come close, I don't think. Has anybody come close? Is there somebody who's perfect right now? They may have 20. They're 20-0 or something like that. Who's got the next best record against Floyd Mayweather? Yes, Floyd Mayweather even had a record label at one time. You got to do it. You got to try it out. You got to try your hand at certain things. It's not going to work all the time. Some people are just lazy. Some people don't want to do nothing. Tay can't sell a fight. He's not a good talker. Mayweather is a good talker. He'll run his mouth. He'll run his mouth. He'll definitely run his mouth. I think Shakur Stevenson and Terrence Crawford are the best boxers right now. What are their records? Well, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the Eastern Seaboard, or not even the Seaboard, but East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. I'm looking up. Shakur Stevenson. Okay. Shakur Stevenson, 24-0. He's getting there. He's got some ways to go. What's that? 36? That's 36 more wins? No. Excuse me. I misspoke. 26 more wins. 26 more wins. 26 more wins, and he'll be there. Oh, well, 27, really, to beat the record. Floyd also had the theatrics when he came to him selling a fight. Yeah, they're both undefeated, I believe. I'm sure that if that records. Yeah. They're both undefeated. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, that was when he came out with Wayne, he came out with Justin Bieber. He came out with Justin Bieber, Lil Wayne. I think Fat Joe one time. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he had Fat Joe at one point. I think before they got into their feud, 50 Cent came out with him at one time too. Before they had their feud. But yeah, I just remember those documentaries. I remember one clearly. I remember he was eating a cheeseburger at a Bob's Big Boy. If you can believe that, he was eating a cheeseburger, a whole cheeseburger, like it was cool. He was eating that cheeseburger like it was going out of style, and he's all cut up. I don't know if he's still cut up before, but he's got the abs, he's got all that, he's got the muscle, he's got the biceps, he's got the triceps, the trapezius, or the triceps and the trapezius, and he looks strong. He looks pretty solid. I don't know if that's if he has some milkshakes and some more burgers and fries. I don't know if it's still the same way, but Terrence Crawford record is 42 wins. No, wow. So he only needs 9 more. He only needs 9 more wins. I'm not into boxing like that, but now I'm probably going to get into boxing again. Next time Terrence Crawford fights, I'm going to make sure I get to the pay-per-view. Damn. Terrence Crawford is 42 wins, no loss. What does he have? What is his TKO count? Does he have a TKO count? If you don't have wins, don't worry about it. But I could look it up real quick too, but it just came across my mind. They always say no knockdowns, or TKOs or technical knockouts or knockouts. But yeah, so that's hey. I got to get back to the video. He had that money out like it was cool. Like, were there big beefy security niggas? Like like looking at him like, you pull that money out, my nigga. I'm gonna have to run over there, and somebody tries to accost you or something like that. But what were they though? What were the denominations? Was it like in hundreds or 50s, 20s, 10s? What were they, ones? What were the denominations? That's all I want to know. And when you said it was his grandson, he was sitting next to his daughter, and then his grandson was asking for money. If I'm got that correct? I might have that mixed up. But I saw the young man. It was the first one I was like, I was just focused on Jay-Z's face, and his reaction to it. And then I didn't even realize it was somebody that he was actually handing the money to. So that's nigger rich. That's the difference between rich. Jay-Z's rich. Floyd Mayweather is nigger rich. Even if he gets 10 billion, 100 billion, $1 trillion, he's always gonna be nigger rich, most likely. Because the way he moves, the way he would never do that if he were just rich. He had to be nigger rich. That's the reality. That's why I'm harping on so much right now, is that there's a difference to all of this. There's a big difference in being rich and being nigger rich. Nigger rich, you can have all kinds of money in the world. You make 2 false moves and it's gone in the next next day. Or like Dr. Jerome Brooks says in his podcast, he had there's a saying, shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 2 generations, I think it is. It's like you had the short sleeves in the one generation that you have to build up the company, and then they make a big success. And then the next generation, they wear long sleeves, and then they mess up the money, and then they're back to short sleeves. So that's the difference between being rich and nigger rich. Jay-Z could blow Mayweather net worth and still be wealthy. That's the truth. That's the truth. Jay probably got Floyd bank account on his walls and art. Ooh, that was a hard line when Jay said that. I was like, damn, that was disrespectful. That was disrespectful, Jay. Damn, why'd you have to say that? He said, I got your mansion on my wall. I was like, God damn, Jay. Did you have to say you put your mansion on your wall? How you gonna put somebody's mansion on your wall? I said, God damn, this nigga is... That's such a hard line. That line is tough. I put your mansion on my wall. It's like $2 million, $3 million or something like that. And that's low end. That's low end. It could be something like 10, 12 million or 20 million. One of those wealthy families blew all money was at the Vanderbilts. Well, Vanderbilts, it depends. It depends who it was. Like Anderson Cooper, the news reporter and host, he is of the Vanderbilt family, but he didn't want to collect the money, so they still had money. They still had money from his mother. His mother still had money from the Vanderbilt family. But I'll tell you one thing. This is what you can do for homework. Look up the Stroh family. S-T-R-O-H. S-T-R-O-H. They had a $9 billion company, right? And a $9 billion fortune. I don't know if the company was $9 billion, but I know they had a fortune. The Stroh family had a fortune of $9 billion, and they blew it within like a few years. Off of drugs, off of stuff like that. It's possible. A lot of people say, oh, you can't blow $1 billion. You can't blow $5 billion. They blew $9 billion. Okay, so it's very... And this is in the 70s and 80s, I think it was, or something like that. They had a beer company. So look up the Stroh family. S-T-R-O-H, Stroh family. So like I said, Wiz, continue to send those clips. I will, if I'm very objective. If I can do it, I'll do it. If I can't, I'll let you know, and it just won't get done. But you gave me this one. This was a platinum opportunity for me, so I appreciate you. Thank you, Wiz, for sticking by, having somebody to talk to, giving me information about Terrence Crawford with his 42-0 and Shakir something. I can't remember the Shakir guy. What Shakir Stevenson. Appreciate you for doing that. Thank you very much, sir. You are a gentleman and a scholar. That's where I get my name from, scholar. So I do appreciate it, sir. And I will see you guys tomorrow, my favorite day of the week, Monday. It just reminds me of money. I think that, Money Monday, because you're back to business, back to getting, you had your relaxed time Saturday and Sunday. That's nice. You had your Friday evening and into the Sunday evening. But Monday morning, it's back to getting that money. Like I get money every day. Every day I wake up and I get paid. It's a fact. You should get like me. I'm just saying. Do what you got to do. But I enjoyed it. So thank you all. Thank you again, Wiz. Thank you everybody that came through. And I will see you sometime, probably tomorrow evening. Is a good chance. So I will say salute and farewell. Take care.